If you've been wondering how you can accurately draw your support and resistance and identify them like a professional trader, welcome to this amazing video where I'll be showing you how you can accurately draw your support and resistance like a pro. Welcome to another amazing and exciting video brought to you by Learnity. My name is Philip, and in this video I'm going to be discussing with you guys the rules for identifying key levels and trading support and resistance. So in this video, first I'll discuss what support is, what resistance is, and then we'll look at how you can actually identify these support and resistance. And without further ado, let us dive into the heart of this video. When we talk about support, we're talking about anywhere in price action where we see price holding and not going lower. In other terms, it is a place in price where there is an input of orders, usually buy orders, that allows price to rally higher and prevents price from running in lower. So when I discuss about what support is, I usually look at it as a staircase. All right, so if you look at your support as a staircase or anything that holds price and prevents it from going any lower, that can be your support. All right, it is giving support to price action and allowing price go higher. So when I think about support, or when I talk about support, I'm thinking of any place in price action where there is a kind of staircase for price to move higher and rally higher. Now, when we talk about resistance, we are actually talking about the opposite of support. Now, if support is something that prevents price from going lower and allows price to go higher, resistance definitely would allow price to go lower but rejects price from going any higher. So at any point in time where we see price rejecting and running lower, that point can be our potential resistance level. So the resistance is simply the opposite of support. It actually allows price go lower and prevents price from going any higher. Now, the first step for you to identify your support and resistance is that you need to first identify the higher time frame levels. All right, you need to start from the higher time frame levels because this is your guideline in understanding your trend, or particularly this is how I teach people to actually start looking for support and resistance. You don't just go into your execution time frames and start looking for support and resistance level there. You want to use a higher time frame, particularly the weekly, monthly, daily charts, to look for key levels in price action where you have this support and resistance, because then it will give you an overall idea or narrative as to where price is likely going to hold and where you can actually use as your support and resistance. Now, in this video, I'm not going to be talking about the regular support and resistance, all right? I'm going to be talking about the advanced support and resistance because I'm going to be teaching you guys how to draw support and resistance like a pro. Now, the regular support and resistance we know from the regular books, baby peeps that we all have gone through, is the highs and lows. All right, identifying highs and lows and drawing your support and resistance line at that area. Now, what the regular baby peeps teaches is that once you see price rejecting from this low, that is a potential resistance area, and once price comes into that area again, it could act as what resistance from going higher and continue going lower. While that is true, there are also other forms of support and resistance in price action, and that is what I'm going to be revealing to you today. Now, the number one type of support or resistance I'm going to be revealing to you is an order block. Particularly, almost everybody knows what an order block is, an ICT order block, and you might be wondering, how is that a support and resistance, or how is that a support or resistance? Yes, it is a support and resistance because order blocks actually allows price to go higher or allows price to go lower. So particularly when you want to find your support or resistance level, the first thing you need to understand is you need to look at the market structure of your higher time frame. Now, once you have been able to identify the market structure on your higher time frame, or you have been able to identify what the trend is, it will be very easy for you to mark out potential support or resistance area. For example, if you look at this chart here without the use of an indicator on this gold chart, we can see that new highs are being created, which means that the trend of this chart is actually bullish. So if we are bullish and we are actually looking for higher prices and we want to be buying in bullish scenarios, then we'll be looking for what? Support. Now, we can now draw our support in forms of what? Order block, or fair value gaps, or breaker block, right? So those are the key levels of support that I draw or I use as an ICT smart money trader. All right, so you can see this is a support here. Also, this is also a support. We know that the other block is the last down close candle that actually causes what? A change in state of delivery. All right, so this is also a potential area of what? Support, and you can see price coming into that area, changing the state of delivery and going higher. All right, we also have what? Another potential area of support here. So these are areas we want to look at, and we want to see how price reacts to that area. Right, if price reacts away from that area, then we want to be looking for trades. Now the first thing is identify this on a higher time frame, and we can further refine this by going into what? The lower time frame. So if we go into the lower time frame, we can now refine our entries into these areas. All right, to be more precise, to look for more precision, accurate precision of as to where we can refine our entries and make our stop loss smaller and increase our target or take profit levels. All right, so basically this is how you aim to identify support and resistance like a pro. So if you have not understood what I said, the first thing is always start from the higher time frame, understand the directional bias on the higher time frame, which is understanding the trend of the higher time frame. Now if you have understood the trend on the higher time frame, the next step for you to take to draw your support and resistance is to look for either bullish order blocks or bearish order blocks. And if you cannot find bullish order blocks or bearish order blocks, you can also use bullish fair value gaps or bearish fair value gaps. All right, so your bullish fair value gap is your support level, your bullish order block is your support level, your bearish fair value gap is your resistance level, and your bearish order block is also your resistance level. So I would advise that you go over your chart and look at how this pans out and use the step I have actually showed to you guys in this video by identifying the trend on the higher time frame and going into a lower time frame, identifying your support and resistance level, and then looking at how price reacts from those levels. Now, if you're a beginner trader and you're just starting out in the foreign exchange market, I have good news for you. All right, but before I tell you what good news is, remember that at Learnity, you can gain massive rewards by participating in our rewards program, and you can do this in very simple steps. Right, the first thing is to use the link in the description below. Get to the Learnity homepage, make sure you sign up an account and log into your account on the Learnity homepage, and after that you can go into the reward section, watch those educational videos here, get your Learnity tokens, and then use that Learnity tokens to get Learnity badges, of which you can use to redeem your prizes. Now there are amazing prizes you can get, like cash rewards, trading vouchers, trading bonuses, and so many other amazing rewards. So you just need to use the link in the description below, sign up your account, and get started with the rewards program. Now, like I was saying, if you are a newbie and you're just starting out, this is an amazing opportunity for you to take the 5-day free forex training program ongoing at Learnity. I should be getting so many things for free materials, free understanding, free knowledge being shared for this 5-day training program. Right, so if you're just starting out, or if you have someone who is just starting out, this is actually for you. So you can just use the link in the description below, sign up and save your spot for this 5-day free forex training program, and tell your friends about it. It is going to be free, it is going to be informative, and it is going to be educative. I promise you that. So you know what to do. Save your spot by using the link in the description below, sign up and save your spot, and do not miss out. And so guys, this brings me to the end of this video. Remember, you can always follow us on all our social media accounts, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, and also here on YouTube. And please, if you have gained an insight from this video, do well to give this video a thumbs up and click that subscribe button to always stay notified whenever we post a new video on this channel. Right, you can also reach us on the phone number displaying on your screen, or send us a mail at coinlearnity@gmail.com. And until we meet again, it's bye from me.